78 Fight News here with the brother Vids06. What up, Vids?
Yeah, what's good, man?
Man, we got Canelo Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather. The rumors are that May 4th of next year, the day before Cinco de Mayo, Floyd Mayweather and Saul Alvarez will be facing each other. What's your thoughts on that, man? Do you think Canelo's ready for Mayweather? Or should he take the winner of Matrosin and Laura?
First off, I think, like, skill-wise, I said this a while ago. You know what I mean? I said it a while ago, like, I don't want niggas to jump on the bandwagon or nothing like that. I then said, I think Canelo is Mayweather's biggest threat.
Right.
Like, just style-wise and size-wise. Like, everything Canelo brings, I think he threatens Mayweather over anybody right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? If anybody has a chance of beating Mayweather, I think it's Canelo. I don't think nobody else. Martinez only does one thing in a fight. I watch Martinez. I think Mayweather could just another fight Martinez and make Martinez look stupid. But Canelo, there's a lot of different things Canelo could bring that could be a problem for Mayweather. So I always said that. But as far as the fight happening, I think he could handle himself in the fight as far as being ready, but I don't necessarily think he deserves it right now.
Right.
Because he's really, I made a video on this, like, what Canelo's doing, I called it, like, what did I call it? Like it's like superstar cherry picking in a way.
Right.
He's not ducking guys out of fear that he would lose to them. He just wants to fight the star. He doesn't want to build himself up at all.
Right.
This guy already, if I'm correct, he doesn't have an amateur background. He just turned pro, and it's like he's fighting these fights that we already know he's gonna win. You know, right. I'm not like other people. I don't really criticize him too much for fighting José Lopez because I understand why that fight took place. I understand why it took place, but facts still remain. It shouldn't have took place, you know.
Right.
But I understand why it took place.
Yeah, I think that if Canelo, you know, the word is that he told Oscar De La Hoya, he told Golden Boy that he wanted Mayweather, Cotto, or Sergio Martinez, and he said he's gonna hold out and he's not gonna fight until May of next year. And you know, if Floyd come back, Floyd is gonna fight in either May or September, same dates that Canelo wants to fight in. And you know, if Floyd Mayweather's 5 of his last 6 fights have been in either May or September on Mexican holidays, so he probably gonna be doing that again, repeating the shit that works for him. So I think that if he does face Canelo, that's a good fight. But I agree with you. I think Canelo needs to he probably should fight he should go ahead and fight his mandatory, the winner of Laura and Matrosian. Take that winner of that fight, and then he will be more, I think, deserving of that. But at the same time, if he does take that fight with the winner of Laura and Matrosian and he loses, then the Mayweather fight is a wrap.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's why there's this dude. His name is Dante 561.
Yeah, the brother Dante. Yeah.
He stays burning Canelo the fuck up. Like, this dude be burning Canelo up because he has Canelo as a real fucking cherry picker. Right. And there's something he said. I didn't see this myself, but this is some real cherry picking shit. If Canelo said this, Canelo said, "I want to fight Cotto, even if he loses to Trump."
Yeah, he did say that.
What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, he said that. Yep. He want the.
That means he's really just chasing the dollar. He doesn't give a fuck about who he fights. Right. He just wants these guys because they will generate big checks for him.
Right.
You know, because that's so bold to say. Like, I don't care if he even wins.
Right.
Like, you still want to fight him?
Right.
Just because he has a big Puerto Rican fan base and Mexico versus Puerto Rico will sell. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, that shit is just crazy.
Canelo's.
Nobody criticizes these guys for this, but as soon as Mayweather fights a guy, Mayweather gets all the criticism in the world. There's a real double standard.
Yeah, Canelo needs to. I think he needs to go ahead and face the winner. He needs to fight the WBC mandatory fight before he faces one of these big name guys. Because, I mean, if Jose Sulaiman, president of WBC, already said that Canelo has to fight the winner of Laura and Matrosian or whatever, and if he doesn't, then he's gonna be stripped of his title. Now,
yeah, I heard about that.
So it'd be interesting to see if he chooses to get stripped of his title to go after the money. I mean, hey, it's golden boy. I mean, Canelo's still young, but I mean, I think he gotta be very careful. I mean, I think the Mayweather fight is still there for him next year. Maybe September will be more realistic, but I think he should take care of the winner of the Laura fight, and he got enough time to fight 3 fights next year. He can actually fight.
Yeah, man, that guy, like Canelo, like I'm seeing a pattern of Canelo that I see very, very, very similar to the handling of Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And let me explain what I mean by that. If you go back into Mike Tyson's career, Mike Tyson was this little young aggressive kid from Brooklyn,
Right.
That's when Brooklyn was Brooklyn. Right. I ain't gonna go into all that, but that's what he was marketed as. Everybody loved him for his aggression. Although he was a villain, Tyson is like the only villain I could say people actually love. They love this guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the fights that Tyson, they did not place Tyson in fights that was risky. As far as him losing and not gaining the most capital. That's why Tyson never fought George Foreman. I think I said this in a video.
Yeah.
That's why he never fought George Foreman, even before he went to prison. He never fought George Foreman because they said, hey, this guy George Foreman is old. But although he's old, he's still a threat. He can still knock Tyson out.
Right.
George Foreman's a real big guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Old or not. He's still big and still powerful to knock any guy out on any given night. They said, fuck that. We would rather fight champions who have votes and who will bring a lot of money. There's a lot of guys Tyson did not fight. A lot of guys Tyson did not fight. It's not because Tyson couldn't beat them or Tyson was ducking them. It's because his handlers was only in it. They only wanted big lucrative fights.
Right.
That's all they wanted. And I'm seeing the same stuff for Canelo. Canelo is not fighting it's really true. I don't see this guy fight any real 154 pounders.
Right.
It's not even to say they have to be the best 154 pounders. He's not fighting 154 pounders, period.
Right.
He's not fighting guys in his lane. He beat the shit out of Matthew Hatton. He beat the shit out of Cintron. Cintron, I don't know. I know he was a welterweight. I don't know how long he was at 154. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he was just testing the waters at 154 around that time. He beat Lopez, and who he beat? He beat Old Moses. Every fight has that asterisk next to it. The kid is so talented.
Right.
That's the same way Tyson too. Why did Tyson even fight Larry Holmes? It was a money fight,
Yeah.
Larry Holmes used to be the champion. He was retired for damn near 4 years. He was 38, and it sold because Larry Holmes beat the shit out of Ali when Ali was 38.
Right.
Coming out of retirement, so it was something that sold. That fight didn't have to happen.
Right.
It's the same pattern. They're just protecting this guy from any threat that's not financial. They'll make him fight a challenge as long as it's financial.
Yeah,
as long as it's bringing in millions of dollars. They know Mayweather might go in there and whoop his ass, but they say, hey, we're going to get paid while we get our ass whooped.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that Canelo, by him saying that he want to fight Cotto regardless if he wins or loses, but, if Austin Trout beats Miguel Cotto, then for Canelo to say I'm not fighting Austin Trout, I want to fight Cotto, that's some bullshit. You need to be fighting.
He's chasing the dollar, man. He's chasing the dollar. Austin Trout ain't nobody. Nobody know this guy. He's not popular. He doesn't have a fan base. He's not going to generate money. That kid is chasing a dollar.
Yeah,
His handlers only want him in lucrative fights.
Yeah, and you know what?
Fight ain't lucrative, but I mean, they only want him in those mega million fights. Like, it's not. You don't always get it like that, especially this early in your fucking career.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with him.
Not fair.
It's nothing wrong with him going after the money. The thing, what I see is this though: if he's gonna go after the money, he need to give up that belt, and he might do that. He might do that. He might give up that WBC strap so he can have freedom like Mayweather to fight, win, and who he want to fight. And if he does, you know
what I hate about boxing? Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a rally of people who support this motherfucker for giving up the belt and chasing a Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
They're gonna throw it back at Mayweather as Mayweather's ducking his. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, it's really double standard. Because how you not fighting guys in your division? You're not making a challenge to any of the top guys in your division.
Right.
But you want to fight Floyd Mayweather, and you want to fight him so bad, you're gonna give up your belt. You're not gonna fight anybody else. You only want to fight Mayweather and Cotto. I don't hear this guy say he want to fight Martinez. I never heard him really chase Martinez. I know Martinez will fight him. Martinez doesn't have an opponent right now.
He said he wanted to fight Martinez. He said he wanted to fight Martinez. He think he can do it better. I do think he'll do better against Martinez than Chavez Jr. did. But I think that I see Canelo as a future star, superstar in boxing. If he plays his cards, I think right now, look, the kid like what, 21, 22? The dude got...
No, this way you wrong, son. That dude is a superstar. Like,
no. In Mexico.
Top fighter. He's a superstar.
He's a superstar in Mexico. I'm talking about... In Mexico, he's a superstar. I'm talking about ESPN commercials and average fan know who, pay-per-view star, right? Because he ain't even been on pay-per-view yet. Like, I'm talking...
been on undercard.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm talking about. But I think that this is his time in his youth, just like Adrian Broner, because these guys going to start chasing the money. But right now in your youth, why not build your legacy? Why not beat the guys who you're supposed to be so you can earn, so you can, then when you get your money, you get your money in...
Broner's doing it. Like, Broner's taking Broner's calling out. Broner wants everything. He wants the guys that people say is okay, and he wants the champions,
Yeah.
Like, he's taking it all. And that's, at the end of the day, when we look back at Broner's legacy, that's going to benefit him.
Right.
Because homie Corsino made a good video the other day on Mayweather's legacy. And he broke it down. He broke it down in like a timeline frame,
Right.
And you could honestly see the reason each and every fight from pretty much the time he beat Janero Hernandez till now, the reason why these fights were even made. And it was good reasons, not like they were cherry picked. I think these guys were either ranked or champions, or the public demanded it. And after Mayweather whooped their ass, then they sang another song. But fact is, these fights were demanded at a time, And Broner, right now, people are saying, "Oh, DeMarco is going to be his toughest challenge. Oh, now he's fighting a real fighter." And you can't, even if Broner goes there and makes DeMarco look like shit,
right?
You cannot criticize Broner.
That's right.
DeMarco is the WBC lightweight champion.
Right.
Now, Broner's going to really become a victim of that Roy Jones effect to make a guy look like nobody.
Right.
And people, Ali went through it, Mayweather went through it, Roy Jones went through it. Those three fighters, I can honestly say, they make people look like shit, and people criticize them for it.
Oh, yeah.
And the guys they make look like shit are really good fighters, but they just couldn't fuck with them.
Yeah, they surpassed them in talent and skill,
these guys are just on another level.
Right.
And it's proof. If Broner goes in there, and makes DeMarco look away, what are they going to say? Like, oh, you never fought nobody? You're telling me the guy who has the damn WBC belt is nobody?
Well,
who is somebody?
Well, you got to understand. the reason why they say you ain't fought nobody, the same thing like you said with Roy Jones, is because you get penalized for making it look easy. Because when you, like, you know, it's the I call it the Arturo Gatti effect. Unless you getting hit and getting hurt and have some, you know, right. That's the only way you're gonna get full. That's the only way. Only way you're gonna get full credit from the boxing historians is if you do that. Like, look at Pernell Whitaker. Nobody even talk about Pernell Whitaker. You know, people talk about Roy and they say, oh, well, you know, he got knocked out by Tarver. And like, they just totally forget 10 years of dominance. But same thing with Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes ruled the heavyweight division for what, 7 years or some shit, and then, you know, he get knocked out by Mike Tyson. It's all Larry Holmes a bum. Larry Holmes old ass Larry Holmes. You know, it's
fucked up, man. I'm telling you. And when you train boxing, man, you really respect these motherfuckers, man. This shit ain't easy, man.
Yeah.
For real, this shit ain't easy. This shit is not fucking easy, yo.
Hell yeah,
and these
man.
punches, they hurt. The defense, it takes time to learn that shit, man. This shit is not easy. I mean, when people just, if you never experienced this shit yourself, like, I've never been to a boxing gym where people down talk Mayweather. Everybody praises Mayweather like a boxing guy because they know the ability this guy has is out of this world. You know what I mean? You don't train fighters to fight like Mayweather. You don't do that shit. They'll get fucked up.
Right.
Only certain people could pull that shit off.
Right.
You know? That's not how you, like, if you go in there and you trying to mimic some shit, trust me, you gonna get your ass knocked out.
Absolutely.
You're gonna get knocked out, man.
How do you see if that fight does take place with Mayweather and Canelo? Okay, because the rumors are that they're gonna announce it sometime in December, probably to take away Pacquiao's little steam and shit from his. But if that does happen, what do you see? What weapons does Canelo have to give Floyd problems?
Oh man, I'm glad you asked me that. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, numero uno. That kid is patient.
Right.
We've seen Mayweather fight guys that can knock your block off.
Right.
But none of them, and if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. None of them ever displayed poise and patience into landing their punches. They all think they're just gonna fuck this pretty boy up. Because everybody has this assumption that Mayweather's a delicate, soft guy that I can rough him up and I can knock him out. And they all either get knocked out or they just get dominated.
Right.
It never goes that way. Canelo, if you're on the ropes, Canelo isn't jumping on you. He will come in with a jab. He will throw a powerful body shot. He will throw a combination from the body to the head, back to your body, or vice versa. He's not a headhunter, and he's not just hunting your body either.
Right.
And all those punches have power to them. So when Mayweather, let's say Mayweather's on the ropes now, and this guy, and Mayweather, he works well off of aggression because the punches are just easier to read. He knows that this guy is just winging hooks, or like if I roll my shoulder and I'm rolling with his hooks, then I'm going to roll all of them. But if the guy is being patient, he's not just lunging with aggression, you get timid because you don't know what the hell is coming.
Right.
It's an uncomfortable situation, and you know this guy can hurt you with any punch because he's bigger than you and stronger than you.
Right.
And he can hurt you with any of those punches. And his hands are fast. Like, that's one thing people underrate with Canelo. Dude's hand speed is up there.
Man, you know what?
I mean, so like, it's a real threat. That's how I see it.
You know what, man? I'm going to tell you this, man. I wasn't going to say this on video. I was going to keep this to myself, you know what I'm saying, until the fight happened. But you know what, man? I really believe this, man. I think that Floyd is slowed down, man, and I think Canelo is going to knock him out, man.
Yo, I've said this before. If Canelo was to KO Mayweather, I would not be shocked.
Right.
Anybody else, I would be shocked. If Pacquiao was to even beat Mayweather, I would be shocked.
Right.
I think Pacquiao is so catered to getting knocked out is not funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if Canelo was to knock Mayweather out cold, I would not be shocked as good as Mayweather is because I know the styles.
Yeah. It doesn't make.
And I know the size differential.
Yeah, right. It doesn't take away from Mayweather.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I won't be shocked. Some people will catch a heart attack. I won't.
Right. It doesn't take away from Mayweather's greatness. He just fought a young, prime fighter. But you know, this is what it puts me in the mind of, man. It puts me in the mind of Ray Leonard versus Terry Norris. I think that you know what I'm saying. It put me in that mind frame, man. For some reason, I felt like this, and you know what, man. That's why I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why I always was campaigning against Mayweather fighting Canelo, because in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, Canelo gonna give Floyd some business, and I didn't want to see him fight him. But you know what? If they fight, man, I think Canelo is gonna beat him. I don't know if it's gonna be a knockout or a split decision victory, but Floyd, from his Victor Ortiz fight, I've started to see that Victor Ortiz actually is when you really start to see the signs of Floyd slowing down. He was missing shots. It just wasn't the Floyd Mayweather I know, that sharpshooter. Then the Shane Mosley fight, you know, he adjusted in the Mosley fight, of course, but then you got the Cotto fight. You know, everybody made excuses. Oh, Floyd, he got beat up on purpose. He was pleasing the fans. Listen, man, go get beat up on purpose with Canelo, and you gonna get knocked the fuck out. That's not gonna. I mean, come on, man.
Well, I tell you this, Mayweather is not gonna fight Canelo like he fought Floyd. I tell you that.
That's what I'm saying. He better not.
That shit will be deadly. Yo, that shit will be deadly. I would not want to. I don't give a fuck how crazy my defense is. I don't want to be against the ropes, and plus I'm smaller too, you know, against a guy like Canelo. I wouldn't want to be I don't think Canelo would have gone, or Mayweather would want to be cornered or against the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
With a guy like Canelo in front of him, because the guy he's not winging punches, you know, like that's what guys usually do. I got you in the corner now. Let me jump on you.
Right.
You know, like Canelo ain't gonna do that. Sometimes Canelo get criticized because he takes these breaks. You know, I even hear people criticize him sometimes, you know, like, oh, he takes these breaks in the middle of the rounds. But to us, to a casual fan, it may look like a break, but he's just throwing his opponent off.
Right.
You can't get a hold of his rhythm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and you know,
it's a difficult matchup, man. I see it as a difficult matchup, and I won't be surprised that dude was to ice Mayweather, man.
I wouldn't either. But you know what? And if that happens, it would only contribute. You know, people will have their moment to laugh and all that kind of stuff, but it will only enhance the greatness of both fighters, because Floyd will come back in a rematch, and then you will see what he all about. Because in a rematch, that's going to be the biggest fight in boxing history. It's going to break all records, and Floyd will have his opportunity for revenge, and to give all the stupid ass people who think that you have to lose and come back and avenge that loss to be great. He'll have an opportunity to give them what they want, and it'll also give Canelo Alvarez, you know, it will cement his place in history. You know what I'm saying? He'll go down as one of the best Mexican fighters ever. He beat Mayweather.
Yeah. And the fact is, this is just a fact. Next time Mayweather goes in the ring, he's going to be at least 36 years old.
That's right.
I mean, because me and Mayweather got the same birthday. He's not fighting before February 24th because he was a known by now.
Right.
So he's going to be 36 at least. That's if he even fights by then.
Right.
He's going to be at least 36 years old. You know what I mean? Like, just like you said, when Ray Leonard fought Norris beat the shit out of Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
And Ray Leonard was 34.
34.
Ray Leonard was 34 at that time. He wasn't even 36.
Right.
And honestly, like, it takes credit away from Terry Norris. I think Terry Norris would have gave any Ray Leonard a good fight. Because Terry Norris was a good fighter.
Right.
I mean, he had more power than Ray Leonard, and he had good speed too. You could say his chin was questionable, but the people that knocked him out, they hit way harder than Ray Leonard.
Right, they were some of the hardest hitters in history.
I mean, so I don't know, but that's the fact is, you know, Canelo would be looked at as a mega super duper super duper star. If he beat a 36-year-old Mayweather, I mean, like, that's just to show the level Mayweather's on.
Yeah.
Anytime you beat this guy, you're gonna become the man.
That's right.
You could beat this dude when he's 40.
Yeah.
You could be a 40-year-old Mayweather, they would jump on your dick.
Right, right.
Word.
And you know, Floyd is I'm gonna say a combination that Floyd, I think, is vulnerable to is, you know, when he goes into a fight with Canelo, he's gonna be prepared for body shots, and he's gonna be overly protective of his body, and a feint to the body coming across with the right hand, I think is gonna be the punch that do it. Remember I said that, because that's why, you know, when I said before I think the Tommy Hearns would have beat Mayweather, I was talking about that one punch, the punch to the jab to the body, coming back on top with the right hand.
You talking about how he iced, like the same way he iced Duran?
Yeah, same way he beat Duran, same way Mosley almost knocked out Floyd. Jab to the body, come back with the right hand. Canelo, I'm telling you, he gonna be prepared, and he gonna be fucking with Floyd's body.
I don't think that would be the punch to do it. I think it will be a left hook.
A left hook might finish it off.
Yeah, I think it will be you see that shit, he hit balls on there when I didn't even see that shit coming. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some sneaky ass, powerful left hook. And Baltimore does not get knocked out. Baltimore got a fucking chin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that dude he's a dangerous matchup. The way I see Mayweather could beat Canelo now, let's not just talk about how Canelo could beat him.
Yeah.
I think Mayweather smothers him on the inside. But everybody know Mayweather's a genius when he fight these big guys inside, like all up in their grill.
Right.
You know? Smother their punches and roll them off. He'll probably discourage Canelo. That's just something I'm thinking, you know?
I think I actually think opposite. I think that Floyd will have to stay on the outside and pot shot him all day, frustrate him that way, and you know, after a couple rounds, Canelo, you know, with that he lead off with his right hand, with the lead right hand, Canelo will be probably start swelling up and get frustrated, and I think that'll probably be better off for him. I think if he get in the inside and start mixing it up, I think it's too dangerous, because Canelo hits too hard, man, in the inside, and even if he just hitting your arms, like that shit gonna make you tired, man. You know what I mean? You sitting up there getting hit by a power puncher, and eventually he get sneak one of them left hooks into the body or to the head, man. It's lights out.
Yep.
All right, man.
The thing I hate about Canelo, man, the way his resume is, he really makes it. He really gives. Like, for the guy that's going to beat Canelo, they're going to shit on that guy. Let's just say that guy is Mayweather, especially Mayweather. They're going to say, ooh, he never beat nobody.
Yeah.
He's nobody.
Exactly.
But it's not to say Canelo's nobody. Canelo is a victim of greedy handlers. That's clear as day. So we can't sit here. I'm going to say that right now. If Mayweather was to beat Canelo, I would give Mayweather full credit.
Me too.
I don't care about who Canelo fought, because Canelo is being handled by guys who's trying to become overnight millionaires.
Right.
It has nothing to do. It's not like Canelo's not a good fighter. He's being handled by people who are trying to become rich. You know?
Right.
So that has nothing to do with his boxing ability or how good the quality of him as a fighter. So I would give Mayweather full credit.
Agreed.
You know, like some people throw salt at his victories because he didn't do much, but that's just how boxing is right now. That's what I was trying to explain to Blood. Because Blood, he often criticizes Mayweather's resume being weak because he fought this guy, that guy. But I'm like, yo, at the time he fought these guys, it was the demand.
Right.
It wasn't the demand. Like when he fought Ortiz, God, I hear people say this all the time, like, oh, how many Hall of Famers has he fought? If you fight a Hall of Famer, 9 times out of 10 you fighting somebody who's old. Because Hall of Famer and old go neck to neck. Because you got to be kind of old to be a Hall of Famer. Because you're pushing the retirement. You're pushing through the door of retirement. You're about to retire when you're like a Hall of Famer. Yeah. I mean, we can't call Canelo a Hall of Famer.
Not yet. He's a future. He might be a future Hall of Famer, but not yet.
Yeah, you know.
But the thing is,
the skill he shows.
The problem I think is that the criticisms of Mayweather, because I mean, be honest, Mayweather, he gonna be criticized. He get criticized more than anybody in boxing. But the thing is with Floyd is that when you look at, like I always say, man, in the last 9 years, the brother have one title defense, okay, and that's it. That's with Ricky Hatton. And when Emmanuel Stewart even said this once, he said, if you're gonna call yourself the greatest fighter of all time, then you have to do great things. It's cool to beat the guys that are champions. I never knock Floyd for beating the guys that they put in front of him, because somebody hyped these motherfuckers up. Somebody gave them titles. So Floyd beat them. He deserved credit for beating those guys. But what about the guys like the same position Canelo's in? If you don't fight the winner of Laura and Matrosian, and you move on to fight Miguel Cotto, then you're taking a route that is geared on financial gain. That's your right. That's your business. But at the same time, boxing fans have a right to critique you and say, "Hold up, you didn't take the grimy, hard way to the title. You sat back and let the bums beat each other up, and then you took the leftovers." You know what I'm saying? But all right, before we end this video, because I'm getting on E. Before we end this video, brother, y'all go out and check. If y'all not already subscribed to Vid06, go check it out. The brother makes some dope ass boxing videos, man. He been around for a minute. You got any last words, brother?
No, I mean, last words I could say is, if y'all in the New York area, you know what I mean, they got a nice fight card in Barclays Center. You know what I mean, this coming Saturday. You know what I mean, I'm gonna be out there. I mean, I'll get y'all tickets, y'all show up. You know what I mean, they got some nice fights. Danny Jacobs, Jose Luis Collazo. I met Jose Luis Collazo the other day. He a cool dude.
That's what's up.
He come, like the gym I train at now, that's where he started at. So I think since he's in town to fight at the Barclays, he's just training there, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They got Devin Band on that card. Who he fighting? He fighting that boy named
Bailey.
Yeah. They got Garcia, Eric Morales. It's a nice card.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You could kick invest your $100 to a night of entertainment, man. Don't be cheap.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, this is 78 Fight News. The brother Vid06. Holla.
All right, yo.